Is she going to be the best new character? She's hyped up like that in the story. She's legendary. Look at how giant her shield is. Is she gonna be better than Mahari? She's got Grace's voice. Highly anticipated. Probably just as anticipated as Zelda. Wait, was it? I was so busy. I was enjoying her voice, but we only saw one thing in battle? And then, of course, her costume, right? It reminds me of actually Timon, or what's the other thing called? Not Tokusatsu. Oh, what is it called? Sentai. Super Sentai. There's no music in that. All right, let's get to Horizon Walker. Let's turn the music back on. What's up, Kalma? Save and exit. Go to the ferry net and pick up Maximilia. Come through. Victorious. Apostolic. Did I pronounce that correctly? Apostolic Majesty of Kaiserberg. Apostolic Majesty of Kaiserberg. Maximilia. Ba, 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 ba. And let's check out her weapon, Kaiser Stoles. One-headed sword and shield. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum. Apostolic Majesty of Kaiserberg, Maximilia. She's 26 years old. She's from the Empire of Kaisersberg. November 12th is her birthday. She's a human from Noctis Nebula. 184 centimeters, and her BWH, that's bust waist hip ratio, right? 102, 61, 113. Maximilia, the first princess of the Empire, was born as the rightful heir to the imperial throne. From a young age, she studied martial arts, politics, and military science, delving deeply into her duties and role. Though the empire she sought to protect fell to ruin due to the rifts, she understood her responsibility all too well. She was no longer a princess, but she rallied the survivors and successfully led the Great Escape. Thanks to her leadership, many of those she led arrived safely on Earth, and under her efforts, they were integrated into Earth society in exchange for their pledge to fight on behalf of their new home. Since then, she has continued to support her people in their difficult settlement, contemplating whom she must now protect. What about her weapon? Kaiser Stoles. It's crit weight, melee attack. During battle, max HP increases by 20%. All allies gain 20% slash, pierce, and crush defense. Nice. During battle, crit rate increases by 20% for Maximilia. If crit rate exceeds 100%, every 5% excess crit rate increases the AP reduction of Sunder Strike by 1 up to 5. The defense reduction effect of pressure increases proportional to your crit rate. So she wants crit rate. Ba, 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 ba. Let's equip her. Do you see her? There she is. She costs 6. Almost 60. Equip her signature weapon. Let's hold out on the armor because I want to check out my bag and see if we can get her to level 60. Open up all these memory forged equipment boxes. Another one. Okay. Now. Do you see her? There she is. There she is now. Level 60. We got her there. Let's look at her traits. Imperial Bond. Activates a level 1 passive skill, Imperial Bond. Oh, it's for Luis. All of Luis's skill ranges increase by 2 meters. Interesting. Marlin. Humans from the planet Noctis Nebula, nearly identical to those of Earth, but with a culture where magic advanced beyond science. Okay. The Last Heir. Though the Empire has fallen, the battle techniques honed across generations endure. Cool. Oh, she's got a 25% block rate. She's righteous, durable, and strong-willed. She's durable. Let's look at her skills. Gap Stab. Yeah, that does pierce damage. That's a basic skill that we're familiar with. Guardian Barrier raises a massive Guardian Barrier to protect allies from enemies. Deals crush damage equal to a percentage of melee attack to enemies within a wide rectangular area. Knocks them back 3 meters and summons Guardian Barrier in front. While Guardian Barrier is active, all defense increases by 300. The unit cannot be pushed or pulled and cannot perform responses. Guardian Barrier disappears at the start of the caster's next turn. Guardian Barrier inherits 100% of the caster's max HP and 100% of defense. A veteran warrior who has faithfully fulfilled their duty earns the honorable title of the Emperor of... One more time. A veteran warrior who has faithfully fulfilled their duty earns the honorable title of the Empire's Shield. Among the many techniques worthy of such a proud name, none embodies it more than Guardian's Bulwark. The towering barrier raised to protect allies often appears before the enemy as an insurmountable wall, one that simply cannot be overcome. Then she has Sunder Strike. This is a passive skill. When attacking, reduces the target's AP by 5.5 with a chance equal to crit rate for each point of the vitality above 16. The reduction increases by 1. A deadly strike pierces the enemy, hindering their movement. Sovereign's Protection, her passive. Oh, that's why they only show one. She only has one active skill besides her Gap Stab. Emits an aura with an 8-meter radius. Allies within the aura gain guard, and enemies gain pressure. Guard increases all defense by 100 and crit rate by 22%. Pressure decreases all defense by 150 and speed by 20%. Sometimes a single presence on the battlefield is enough to bring hope to allies and despair to enemies. Such is the power of a benevolent yet formidable sovereign. So we know she wants crit rate. She wants HP and defense as well. We'll level this up to level 4 for now. This skill I want to dump the most into. Guardian Barrier. Because that's the skill she's going to be using the most. Let's work on the gap stab as well. Cool. The Sovereign's Protection and the Guardian's Barrier, I think, are her most important skills. Let's level up her weapon. Her signature weapon. We're gonna take it all the way to level 60. Level 30 right now. Level 40. Level 50. Now in terms of equipment, I was thinking, now we know that she wants crit rate. Phantom Bouquet, but that's good for stealth. Definitely not Jester's Mask. Harmony? It's not a bad one to increase your defense. That crit damage though, that's for ranged. This one looks good. Matched AP, crit rate, speed. Knight of the Seven Petals, what does that do? All defense and gives everybody a shield. This might be the best one. Lifebound. Increases max HP by 10%. When hit or healed, gain 5% to all attack and 10% to both crush and slash. She does crush damage. It gives crit damage as one of the base stats. It's between that and, let me see, Dawn's Grace. No. Reckoning. No. Harmony? Maybe Harmony. Or the Knight. I think we want to go with Lifebound. Yeah, let's go with Lifebound. Just take the other out of the filter. Choose. Confirm. Okay. HP, crit damage, AP recovery. That's perfect. Max level. So Luis and Eugenia, I think, are going to be the team I put with her. Let's see here. Crit rate attack. That's perfect. What else we got for you? Accuracy, crit rate, AP. Let's go with that. Flow of life. Lastly, We don't want ranged. Someone else is holding it? What we got down here? Throw that one on, it's already invested. Oh. I'm out of resources for that? What do you need? Oh, I'm out of credits for that. What stick will we have? If I dismantle them, do you get the material to invest? Equipment, dismantle. I'm thinking about stigma. Let's do it by level. Or rarity. There's still blue? Okay, there's no purple, but there's blue. Let me see. Okay, hold on. It can be anything. That's not limited. Guess not. Okay, filter by level. Nice, you do have the material. I still need coins, huh? We have to run some missions to get some coins to make her stronger. Let's redeem her costume. The moment the Empire's shield dons this... One more time. Lady Violet, the moment the Empire's shield dons these violet tights, crafted from the strength and heartfelt devotion of the swamp elves, she becomes a hero who races through the night streets. This costume can be equipped when gifted to the Vanguard. At first, it was nothing but an outfit that filled me with embarrassment. Yet the more I grow accustomed to it, the more a strange strength wells up from within. One might even call it a violet terror that descends upon my enemies. Damn. Check the schedule one time. Redeem it. Interesting. There it is. Now we got some more credits. Redeem it. Redeem it. All right, back it up. Where is she? There she is. Now. Boom. Excellent. Let's also make her the aide.
맡은 바 최선을 다하겠습니다.
Good looking out. check our messages before we go into battle. Find her in the phone here. There she is. Wait for Yui's chat? Okay. Oh. There isn't a chat from Yui. Then let's go to a battle first. We can acquire some more credits here. I already talked about which squad. Okay, cool. The squad already has Eugenia part of it. We want Eugenia and Luis because we saw that she teams well with Luis. Does Luis also have a passive like that for someone else? Where she is buff with being another character? Not necessarily. So let's bring in Maximilia. Ooh. Do we have enough room for both of them? Yes, we do. If we wanted to bring a 2-cost, which we don't, we could bring Ridida or Gulan. But we don't. Let's check the human god setup real quick. Yeah, I want to be able to enable her. I think that I have things to give me aggro, the Waves of Terror. I don't think we need that right now. Let's go for the Unerring Command. Equip. That's where we select it. And the Maverick of the High Seas. We have Luis with us. Maybe I'll go for that. I'll go for that healing move just for fun. The large AoE heal. What is it called? Not the golden apple one. The King of the Fallen. Fully restore the HP of yourself and allies. Let's do that. Takes forever to cast. Let me check my passives. Get more AP. Consumption of AP reduced. Let's equip this one. Unequip, the chance to slow. Equip the AP, there we go. Check my equipment. It's all about AP recovery, good. Good, good, good. Save that. I didn't save the squad, however. Put Maximilia back, Luis back. I saw Luis did not have anything equipped. She's doing AoE damage, so she wants the Jester mask, right? During combat skill increases by 25% on basic attack? No, not the Jester's mask. Jupiter? What's the one about AoE magic? The Eternal Battle. If you succeed in attacking 3 or more enemies at once, magic attack is increased by 35% for 3 rounds. That's what we want. Confirm it. Let's see what armor sets we got. Wow. Let's switch with Everett. Thank you, Everett. To be honest, Everett fell off. She used to be the top tier character. The number 1. She was number 1. Now you can make the argument that Luis is better than her with Luis's signature weapon. Increases her crit rate. She gets a heat boost, and then because it's her weapon, reduces her AP cost. And her cooldown is reduced by 1. No, that's right. She can just spam her abilities. They need to make it like that for Everette, so you can just spam her bringing down the galaxy. That's a cool ability, but it takes too long now in comparison to other characters. This is the squad. Look at Maximilia's team power. That's what that number's called, right? She's the strongest on the squad. Nope, Luis is stronger. We have more copies of Luis, however. All right, we're ready to go in. Complete, save it. Marcel's wish. Abomination showed up in the tunnel under construction and the whole site had to shut down. Is there anyone who can deal with this quickly? I'm on the case with great haste. Let's turn off auto. You can see her aura. My first move, let's just go for the heal. It's gonna take a while for him to cast it. Never mind. Well, dang, my setup is so I can cast it first turn? Sheesh. Let's hook up Maximilia. Energy form shift. Oh. We get 3 right here. Finesse it. Fireball probably would kill, right? But we can get 2 with the Blaze of Ascension. See, it costs 0 AP. Let's get in here. Take him out. Flow overdrive. Bring it on. We're gonna get ambushed. It's like I'm psychic. I don't have the AP for that. I'm gonna buff Maximilia. What's good, y'all? What's really good with ya? Damn. Her animation was so intense, I think we skipped some frames. Light it up over here. Cut him up. Dodge it. Ooh, she ate it. That's a spicy lunch. GG. They love her. She got her own applause. Her own applause track. MVP. In the place to be. You and me. get to the money. I want to look one more time about the passive for Luis. Imperial Bond. All Luis's skill ranges increased by 2 meters. Nice. Wait, now that we did that, do we have a message? We do, from Maximilia and Yui. Yui says, good afternoon, human god. Officers Kim Ga-young and Young Chae-young are currently overwhelmed with work. Therefore, I will be delivering this update in their stead. Have you heard of any recent news regarding Princess Maximilia? No. Has something happened to her? Yui says, not long ago, Princess Maximilia fell ill. The cause is presumed to be the after effects of her contract with the Blind One. Fortunately, she possesses remarkable physical resilience. The princess has recovered quickly and returned to her duties. However, that may be part of the problem. Even while recovering, Miss Maximilia refuses to slow down. She continues to work tirelessly without proper rest. Is she all right now? Yui says, yes, human god. After taking some time to rest, her condition has improved. Nevertheless, the situation she endured was far from ordinary. Officer Young, Officer Kim Ga-young, and I all share the same concern. Princess Maximilia is a key figure within Noctis Nebula. Her well-being is a matter we must take seriously. If it is not too much to ask, please keep an eye on her. Okay, I'm counting on you. She says, yes, human god. Princess Maximilia is also the rightful heir to the Empire. If you were able to watch over her as well, it would be greatly appreciated. Copy that. Contact Maximilia. Well, I'll read her message after this. Yui mentioned that Maximilia, oh, we have auto on, slow it down. Drinking some water real quick. In the sanctuary. Yui mentioned that Maximilia has fallen ill, so I asked her to come see me at the sanctuary. I understand why she pushed herself so far. Maximilia has always carried more responsibility than most. Yet, the woman standing before me now shows none of that strain. As ever, she stands firm. Maximilia says, you sent for me, O Divine One? Maximilia von Kaisersberg stands before you. It has been some time, Your Grace. I trust you have been well? It has been a while. She says, my apologies. There's a saying in this world that caring for oneself is also a form of strength. If that is so, then I must admit I failed in that regard of late. For causing you concern, Divine One, I offer my apology. How's your body? Are you feeling well? Maximilia says, you worry for me. You are gracious. I am well now, Divine One. Please do not trouble yourself. As the shield of the Empire, my duty is simple, to advance, again and again, no matter the hardship. Which brings me to the reason I wish to speak with you. Since I stand before you now, Divine One, there's something I must ask permission for and something I must apologize for. Permission and an apology. She says, I understand well that I have joined the Bureau as one of your vanguards. As a knight, I should devote myself fully to that duty. And yet, I cannot abandon the people of the fallen empire. For that, I ask your forgiveness. For that, I ask your forgiveness. She said it twice. Maximilia tells me that although the empire has fallen, her duty has not. A responsibility she cannot, no, will not set aside. Maximilia continues. Many of the empire's people struggle to rebuild their lives. They still need aid. And I still bear the duty of an imperial princess. Therefore, Divine One, I ask your understanding. If there are times I cannot give my full attention to the Vanguard duties. Maximilia. She lifts her eyes quietly when I call her name. I see it plainly. The face of someone carrying a heavy... excuse me. I see it plainly. The face of someone carrying a heavy burden and refusing to bend beneath it. When faced with a look like that, there's only one thing I can say. Just don't push yourself too hard. Maximilia replies, "You are merciful, Divine One. I will remember those words. As your knight, this Maximilia shall give her utmost." She dipped. What's up, Luis? And Kalina? Palikar as well. No, you are not intruding. It's good to see you all. Kalina says, "Human God, Princess Maximilia was just here, wasn't she?" "Yeah. I imagine she came to speak with you about something important?" Palikar says, "To ask permission, most likely. Princess Maximilia has never been one to abandon a duty once it has been claimed, least of all when it concerns the people she swore to protect." Kalina and Palikar speak about Maximilia, but there is a hint of worry in their expressions. They did not need to say it aloud. I already know what troubles them. Palikar says, "The truth is, my disciple, we came because we are concerned for Princess Maximilia." Palikar says, "Considering the path she has walked since the Rith crisis, come on now. Considering the path she has walked since the Rith crisis, one could rather easily imagine what request she might have placed before you." Luis says, "My sister told me not to worry when she said she wanted to speak with you alone, human God, but I still couldn't help it. Knowing her, she'd never give up responsibility. Either responsibilities. Being your vanguard or helping the refugees. You understand what I mean, right?" "Of course." She laughs. "I thought you would. I admire my sister's sense of duty, but sometimes I wonder if she's chosen a road that's simply too hard." Palikar says, "Her Highness is, without question, a ruler by nature. Had the Rith crisis never come to pass, she might well have become one of the Empire's greatest sovereigns. A rather tragic turn of fate, if I may say so. The three of them are worried about Maximilia. I understand why. After all, I was the one who told her not to push herself too far. So it is hard not to agree with Kalina's concern. I wish we could help Princess Maximilia somehow," Kalina says. "If there were a way to lighten the burden that she carries, that burden." If there were a way to lighten that burden that she carries. If there were a way to lighten that burden she carries. Luis says, "She knows your concern, Kalina, but even I'm not allowed to share that burden." "Really?" Luis says, "Yeah, that's just how my sister is. Strong, responsible, always trying to carry everything on her own. She keeps telling me to go live my own life instead. See, she's thoughtful like that. And that's exactly why I worry." Even so, Princess Louise, we cannot allow Princess Maximilia to shoulder such a burden forever, Palikar says. "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together." Kalina says, "This just won't do." Luis asks. Kalina says, "I'll find something we can do for Princess Maximilia." Kalina continues, there has to be a way to take some of that weight off her shoulders." Palikar replies, "A fine sentiment, Kalina. If that is your goal, you shall have my assistance." Luis says, "Then I'll be cheering you on while you help my sister. I mean, having an adorable mage cheering for you has to help a little, right? You have my support as well." Kalina says, "Thank you, everyone. I promise I will find a way to ease Princess Maximilia's burden." I saw my people hurting and went to ease the burden. Kalina set her mind on finding a way to help Maximilia, the woman who refuses to turn away from the burden she carries. With Palikar lending her wisdom, perhaps they truly might come up with something. I cannot help but wonder what sort of idea they will arrive at. Perhaps a costume. Kalina texts me. Good news? Not only Miss Palikar, but Samarika has agreed to help make an outfit for Princess Maximilia. There is still some bad blood between us, but if it is for Princess Maximilia, I can put it aside. Now that's impressive. Yes, after talking with her, Samarika actually has a good idea. What kind of idea? She suggested we emphasize Princess Maximilia's heroic side. She recently watched an old film and saw a hero's costume in it. She went on at length about how it would be perfect for Princess Maximilia. For her, I have to admit, it was a pretty good thought. Really? Yes, Samarika and I will be working together, and Miss Palikar has decided to join us as well. Now I'm curious. We will make sure the outfit is worthy of your expectations for both you and Princess Maximilia. Okay, exit. Affection level up to 1. Though Maximilia has become one of your vanguards, she sought your permission to continue fulfilling her duty to the people of the Empire. Your approval deepened her gratitude towards you, but the other vanguards have begun to worry about her. It seems something must be done.
명령을 기다리고 있습니다.
Greetings, O Divine One. This Maximilia von Kaisersberg humbly offers her greetings. Hey, good to see you. Thank you for receiving me so graciously. Before I speak on my resolve and intentions going forward, there is one matter for which I must offer my thanks. What is it? The protection you have extended to the refugees of the Empire. We too now live under the Federation's protection, and you, human god, continue to safeguard us by driving back the abominations. As a knight sworn to protect them, Maximilia von Kaisersberg can offer you nothing but my deepest gratitude. It was simply the right thing to do. To speak so lightly of such a remarkable deed, as a knight, I can only regard you with admiration and offer my utmost respect for accepting the Empire's refugees into the Bureau and for standing against the abominations on our behalf. I pledge my sword to you with unwavering loyalty, human god. Cool. Let's go into another battle. You know, I want to check.
어떤 일이라도 명령을 내려주시면 시행.
Where is she? Can I sort by name? What type of order are the what type of order is this sorted in? Maximilia, Amelia, Eugenia. What the? There she is. Okay, score at 200.
왕관 탐구자의 재건을 위해.
All right, I was just checking out what she likes, Maximilia, that is.
제 광검술로 적들을 분쇄하겠어요. 변한 수리.
Same thing. I need to change the formation so Maximilia is in the front. She doesn't have to move up as much.
가볼까? 영영이
Blaze of Ascension.
호르리. 신명을
Let's move forward and wait.
빗살이 검이 나설 때가 되었군요.
Buff Maximilia even more.
빛이 이만이라.
Dang, people are roasting right now. Radiant Nexus in the Discord. It's true they haven't had steady updates to make it meaningful. Well, some of them have been good, but they haven't been consistent. In my opinion, which matters most, which was the biggest offering compared to other games, is storytelling. Besides that, I already agree with everybody, what everyone's saying. And which is just true about
신명을
the anime style game market, the waifu games, the RPG games. A lot of them look the same. They need to have something that stands out story-wise or gameplay-wise. But I have faith that they will update it. The more people play it, I know new players come to it all the time.
자, 명령해줘. 불타오르리. 제가 좀 묻었네.
She was MVP for sure. Making it rain fire. Let's do a bounty. We chose the Lifebound set. Let's edit the formation like this.
왕관 탐구자의 재건을 위해.
One moment, one moment here. I don't need Safari open, but it is open. Back to the battle. Just gonna go for this guy. The boss. Attack him again.
제 광검술로 적들을 분쇄하겠어요.
Buff Maximilia.
왕관 탐구자의 광검술을 보여드리죠. 가볼까?
Dang, her range is insane.
불타오르리. 명을 내리소서.
Her shield's smaller than Mahari's. It's about to do hella damage though.
걱정 마라. 사수할 것이니.
I feel like it glitches on her animation every time.
흉물들과의 결투 시작하겠어요.
Overdrive.
적들을 물리칠 힘을 모아서. 이런.
Damn, he killed himself.
가이저스 베르크가 재건되는 그날까지 멈추지 않으리라.
Next. We can sweep it now. Now we explore the rift. Before we do that, let's talk to her and give her some gifts. Check the bag. How many do I have? 4. Let's call her up. I'm gonna add her to my favorites.
찾으셨습니까?
Was I looking for you? Yeah. Let's talk. Even so, for the sake of those who must keep living, the one who leads the effort to care for the Empire's refugees is Maximilia, the Empire's princess, and a knight. When the Rift Crisis consumed Noctis Nebula, the Empire's refugees were forced to flee to Earth. The Empire itself no longer exists. If that is so, what kind of life should the one destined to become its emperor now live? Maximilia says, in truth, nothing has changed, O Divine One. Of course, the circumstances around me have changed. However, the things I have learned remain the same. The things you've learned? She says, yes, human god. The responsibility and the duty to care for the Empire's people still remain within me. The Empire itself may be gone, but its people are still here, are they not? As one born of the Empire, I will continue to help them build new lives. That is an admirable resolve. She says thank you. From now on, I must fulfill my duty not as an imperial princess, but as a knight. And through your grace, I have also become a vanguard of the Bureau. I will not turn away from that responsibility either. Won't that be difficult? She says, I do not see it that way. I will simply do what must be done with unwavering resolve. As a knight, I will protect the people of the Empire. As a vanguard, I will stand at your side and guard you, human god. I ask only that you continue to watch over me. So sincere. Yeah, I'm giving you a gift. I got you. I got 40 of these strategy simulation board games. I always wonder what I could possibly give to the human god. Damn, that just maxed her out all the way.
어떤 명령이든 내려주십시오.
Sit back.
하루의 시작입니다. 명령.
Samarika just text me. She says, human god, it's finally finished. Finished. The outfit we made for Princess Maximilia, crafted from traditional swamp elf fabrics and dyed in the noble colors passed down since ancient times. It's a hero's attire worthy of legend. We poured our hearts into every stitch. That's incredible. She laughed. If you have a moment, could you come take a look? We are hoping that you might present it to Princess Maximilia yourself. All right. Then I shall be there shortly. Master Palikar, Kalina, and I. Please give us a moment. Wait for the Swamp Elves' visit. So it's finally finished. The gift from Maximilia. The one the three Swamp Elves worked together to make. A heroic outfit made from traditional Swamp Elf fabrics. I have to admit, I'm curious to see what it looks like. Samarika says, greetings, human god. You all seem to be in a good mood. Kalina says, we finished the outfit for Princess Maximilia. It's hard not to be. Palikar adds, simply imagining Her Highness's reaction already fills this teacher with pride. Samarika says, and if the human god presents the gift himself, she'll be even happier, right? Samarika and Kalina both look brighter than before as they talk about the outfit they made for Maximilia. They're practically beaming, eager to explain what the gift means. Kalina says, to be honest, I've always been concerned about the fact that Her Highness is constantly wearing armor. I know it's her way of reminding herself of her duty as a knight, but it must be uncomfortable. Imperial armor isn't exactly something you can move around in easily, Samarika adds. So we decided to give her something inspired by traditional swamp elf attire instead. It's light, flexible, and beautiful too. We designed it to evoke the image of a hero, something the staff of the Bureau could admire. Stylish, distinctive, something that really catches the eye. Palikar also has something to say. She says Kalina and Samarika have both proposed most commendable ideas. Princess Maximilia's armor inevitably calls the old empire to mind. With a new era upon us, a change of attire may serve as a welcome breath of fresh air. What color did you choose? That particular suggestion came from this teacher. In the course of my research, I discovered that in this world, there exists a color long esteemed since ancient times. Purp. It struck me as possessing a dignity most befitting an imperial princess. Following Miss Palikar's advice, we decided on the color scheme and made this outfit. And then the result turned out wonderfully. Samarika says just imagining Princess Maximilia walking around in such a light and heroic outfit makes me excited already. The human god shall soon see for himself. I have already extended an invitation for Her Highness to visit the sanctuary. Kalina says, I hope Princess Maximilia arrives soon. She's definitely going to love it, right? Samarika asked. The three swamp elf vanguards can barely contain their excitement. After putting so much effort into preparing this gift for Maximilia, their anticipation is only natural. She's rolling with Luis. Maximilia says, I see you have all arrived ahead of me. Divine One, I greet you. Luis says, hey, human god. Kalina says, welcome, your highness. Maximilia replies, I was told you had prepared a gift for me? Show such kindness to one who is little more than the remnant of a fallen empire. I scarcely know whether to feel grateful or ashamed. Palikar says, Kalina and Samarika spent quite some time wondering how they might lighten your highness's burdens. It is but a modest gesture, yet we hope this garment might ease them, even if only a little. Maximilia replies, you have my gratitude, all of you. And yet, I wonder if I am truly worthy of such kindness. Oh, come on, sis. The three of them worked really hard on it. You know, you should accept it with a smile. That alone would be more than enough for us, your highness, Palikar replies. That was Luis who told her sister to smile. Kalina says, we sincerely hope you will accept it gladly. Samarika says, human god, would you do the honors? It was actually a question. Samarika continues, I hope it pleases your highness. Here, Maximilia. Thank you, Divine One, and my thanks to all of you as well. Then, Divine One, if you would excuse me for a moment, I'm just gonna try it on right now. Luis says, so, human god, have you seen the outfit they made for my sister yet? Have you seen it? No, I've been waiting to see it too. Oh no, Luis hasn't seen it yet. She wonders what it really looks like. She really wonders what it looks like. Though honestly, my sister looks good in just about anything. W Glaze. Luis says, you know, human god, my sister's got an amazing, well, you'll see soon enough. No doubt. Princess Luis speaks the truth, Kalina says. Princess Maximilia's noble bearing drew admiration from across the empire. I'm certain the heroic outfit we prepared will suit her perfectly. A heroic outfit? What kind of heroic outfit, Luis wants to know? Oh, we're loading? Samarika says it's based on the outfits Earth's heroes wear, Princess Luis. I saw them in films and TV dramas. Wait, you don't mean those skin-tight hero suits? Exactly. Palikar says there's no need to be quite so moved, Princess Luis. Inspired by Samarika's suggestion, we created a form-fitting heroic outfit that should suit Princess Maximilia perfectly. Luis asks, form-fitting? Wait, don't tell me it's made from swamp elf traditional fabric too. Kalina says your instincts are sharp, Princess Luis. That is correct. It will be far lighter than the armor Princess Maximilia usually wears. Wait, then the color, what color is it? In the course of my research, Palikar says, I discovered that in ancient Earth, purple was regarded as the most precious color. Thus we chose a combination of purple and gold, symbolizing our hope that the Empire's people may find harmony in their new life on Earth. Luis is saying, no, wait, hold on. So you're saying it's a skin-tight hero outfit made of swamp elf fabric, the kind they wear in movies and TV, and the colors are purple and gold? Look at Luis's reaction. Palikar says, oh, just as I expected. She's clapping. Kalina said, made from swamp elf traditional fabric, light and breathable. Samarika adds, and with the iconic spandex worn by Earth's heroes, completed with the noble pairing of purple and gold. Truly an outfit perfectly suited to Princess Maximilia. What do you think, human god? Isn't it Magnificent? Palikar is laughing. Kalina, Samarika, I cannot recall a day when I felt prouder of you both. Look closely. Even Her Highness has fallen silent. So overwhelmed is she by emotion. Maximilia says nothing. Luis exclaims. Maximilia says, thank you? Oh. Amid Samarika, Kalina, and Palikar's proud celebration, a faint sigh drifts through the room like a fading spring breeze. Only Maximilia's silence remains, heavy and inescapable. Luis and I can do nothing but watch as the swamp elves celebrate, while Maximilia stands there alone, quietly burning with embarrassment. Palikar texts me, my disciple, I trust you witnessed it, how profoundly Princess Maximilia was moved by our gift. She was so overcome that words seemed to fail her entirely. She did seem speechless. Palikar's laughing. I must confess, on this occasion, Kalina and Samarika have made this teacher quite proud. I had long regarded those two as somewhat lacking, yet the craftsmanship they displayed this time was most commendable. Princess Maximilia must surely share in that sentiment, wouldn't you? Would you not agree? It appeared to this teacher that Her Highness understood the sincerity behind her gesture. For that reason, this teacher believes she shall rest quite peacefully tonight. May you also enjoy a restful night, you may God. So I'm gonna rest well tonight. Level 2, affection level up with Maximilia. Concerned for Maximilia, the Swamp Elf Vanguards carefully prepared a special outfit for her. Among the Swamp Elves' delight, however, spread a mixture of shock and silence. And yet, the reason Maximilia ultimately agreed to wear it may be very well because it was you who handed her the neatly wrapped package. Yeah, we should have looked at it first. Boom, boom, boom. Let's call her up.
찾으셨습니까?
I was looking for you. I have a gift. Lady Violet. The devotion of the Swamp Elves poured into this, and the fact that it was given through your hands. I see. She feels the social pressure to wear it. Turning away everyone's goodwill would hardly be the right thing to do. She's for the people. Let's head back.
하루의 시작입니다. 명령을.
Some new text messages. From Kalina. She says, are you busy at the moment? It's okay. What's going on? It's nothing urgent, but there's something troubling me. About what, Kalina? It concerns Princess Maximilia. If you don't mind, I would prefer to speak in person. Would that be all right? Yeah, come through. She's probably already here. She'll come by shortly, quietly. There's no need to be secretive. One can never be too careful. I'll come by discreetly. Cool. I like that. Kalina asked to meet with me about a concern. Something related to Maximilia. If I had to guess, it probably has to do with the outfit we gave her last time. Hello, hello. Kalina says, thank you for making time to see me. What's going on? She says, I came because of the gift we gave Her Highness the other day. Oh, you mean the hero outfit? Yes, Kalina says. I only wish to ask, since the day she wore it here in your sanctuary, Her Highness hasn't worn it again. Instead, she has been visiting the refugee camps in her usual armor, helping those in need. So I began to wonder. Perhaps the outfit we gave her was not to her liking? Or perhaps there's some other reason. I was hoping you might be able to find out for us, human god. I simply cannot bring myself to ask her directly. I'll ask her for you. She says, thank you, human god. I truly hoped Her Highness would like it, but I cannot help but worry. I cannot help worrying that we may have caused her some discomfort instead. She's a little bit more perceptive than Palikar on that. Kalina seems genuinely troubled, convinced that Maximilia disliked the outfit they prepared for her. The fact that she came to ask me about it says as much. Still, asking Maximilia about it outright will not be easy for me either. For now, I suppose the best thing I can do is speak with her and see how the conversation unfolds. She came through in the fit. Maximilia says, you called for me, human god? You came quickly. When the human god summons me, I cannot afford to delay. I asked those around me for their understanding and came at once. But may I ask what you wish to discuss? Maximilia looks at me with that same earnest sense of duty in her eyes. Seeing that sincere expression only makes the words catch in my throat. She waits for me to speak, looking at me with quiet trust, and somehow I just cannot bring myself to ask whether she disliked that hero outfit. She says, human god, how have you been lately? You ask after my well-being? You weren't feeling well not long ago. You worry for me? She laughs. At my simple question about her health, Maximilia suddenly burst into laughter. There is a strange sense of relief on her face. What could possibly amuse her so much? She's laughing still. My apologies, human god. I did not mean to laugh so suddenly, it simply slipped out. It is a rather unfamiliar feeling. I have always been the one responsible for worrying about others. Yet now, to have the human god worry for me in this way, it warms my heart. She's still laughing. You're welcome. This unfamiliar feeling of being cared for by someone, I find myself smiling without realizing it. Come on now, I know people care about you. But W. Glaze, I'm glad to hear that. She's laughing it up. In that case, shall I tell you how I've been lately? These days, I spend most of my time checking on the refugees' safety and helping with their daily needs. After that, Maximilia spoke for quite some time about her daily life. Before long, the conversation wandered further beyond to her childhood, in the Empire, and even to the days before she crossed the Rift. By the time I realized it, it felt as though the distance between us had grown smaller. Oh my, it seems quite a bit of time has passed. I appear to have lost my restraint and taken up far too much of your time, Divine One. I enjoyed it. She's glad to hear that. I also, to be honest, in any case, I should take my leave for now, but if it would not trouble you, might I come by time to time so we may speak like this again? Come through. She says, thank you, human god. It was a wonderful time. I feel as though both my body and mind have grown lighter. Oh, and one more thing, human god. Was good. If it would not trouble you, and if you should happen to have the time, would you come tomorrow to where the people of the Empire are staying? If possible, I would like Kalina and Samarika to come as well. Then there should be no further reason for me to trouble you again regarding this matter. I will make the time. She says, yes, human god. Well then, farewell. Peace. Maximilia departed with a smile, saying she had enjoyed our time together. She seemed lighter than usual, her expression brighter, almost relieved. After inviting me, I accepted, and together, with Kalina and Samarika, we made our way toward the refugee settlement. Kalina says, Her Highness summoned the human god and the two of us as well. Samarika says, I can't quite tell what it might be. I can't quite tell what it might be about. Any ideas, Kalina? I'm sure Her Highness has something in mind. Princess Maximilia has always been ever so thoughtful. That's true, but still, the three of us chatted quietly as we made our way to find Maximilia. Then suddenly, we heard a wave of murmuring up ahead, and at that center of the commotion, Kalina says, Your Highness. Samarika says, that outfit. Maximilia says, "Ah, you've arrived. Human God, you have come as well. So, you're wearing that outfit." She says, "Yes. After all, it is an outfit made with the care and sincerity of the three of you. So, you did like the outfit we made, right? That's it, isn't it?" Of course, she must have been saving it, wearing it only on special occasions. Master Palikar should have been here to see this. Kalina says, "Ah, such elegance, such bearing. As one who has served Her Highness closely and who helped create this outfit, I feel as though I might be moved to tears." Samarika and Kalina continued to praise Maximilia with great enthusiasm, but I saw it. Maximilia's face had turned bright red and she could not bring herself to say a word. The refugees watching nearby looked just as stunned. Somehow, this no longer felt like the right moment to stand around chatting. "Should we go to help the people now?" Kalina says yes, that would be best. Samarika says the people of the Empire will surely admire the outfit we made. "This way, Your Highness. Human God, you too." After that, we spent the entire day helping the refugees. Maximilia did so while wearing that outfit. Kalina and Samarika looked so moved that they might burst into tears at any moment. As for the reaction of the Empire's people, it would be difficult to describe. Let us simply say they looked as though they had witnessed something extraordinary. As for how Maximilia felt herself, I honestly couldn't tell. Maximilia says, "Thank you for coming today, Human God. Though that outfit, are you alright, Maximilia?" Maximilia says, "As you know, Human God, to stand above others, even by a small measure, to have been raised in such a position, means one cannot live doing only what one wishes. Kalina and Samarika, and even Palikar, all of them put great care into making it for me. I cannot simply refuse their gift, though I must admit, it won't be exactly easy. Want to stop by for a moment?" "Huh? It seemed like today might have been difficult for you, and you need some TLC. I thought I might help you unwind a little bit." She texts back, smiley face. "If the Human God insists, then it hardly would be, hold on, I'm too excited to read it. Then it would hardly be proper for me to refuse. I shall come to you shortly." She said, "I'm on the way." Story, level up. Affection level up 3 with Maximilia. Story, perceptive as always. Maximilia quickly saw through the situation. The swamp elf's earnest pleas had clearly moved you to intervene, and before long her guess became certain. Whether she liked the outfit or not, the only reason she could bring herself to wear it before others was because you were standing beside her. I see. Go to the massage room.
그런 무례를 끼쳐도 괜찮을지.
Is it truly acceptable for me to be so unguarded? That's what she asked. Oh, I don't think it is actually. Let's get out of here. Boom, boom, boom. She says it feels as though all my fatigue is simply melting away. Let's head back.
하루의 시작입니다. 명령을.
Text message from Luis. First, Maximilia. There's something she wants to say, that's why she's contacting me? What's up? She's quite fine. Everyone meant well. They put a great deal of care into making that outfit. That's true. Even so, no matter how she thinks about it, just as she quietly did today, if possible, she would like me to forget what happened today. Okay. She thought she'd be able to handle it, but she can't. Dang, she was that embarrassed? Oh, and Luis texted me. What's up? Am I busy? Even if I am, make some time. Go on, you can spare a little for me. All right, I got you. She's coming through. Okay, come on. She's a flirt. She's trying too hard. Louise had reached out to me. She sounded as lively as ever, but thinking about it, I had a feeling this might be about her sister, Maximilia. And as it turns out, I was right. What's up, Louise? You did get here fast. You didn't want to keep me waiting, I appreciate it, but is this about Maximilia? You can be surprisingly perceptive sometimes. Funny how you play dumb the rest of the time. Do I really? Don't worry, that's part of your charm. Anyway, yeah, it is about my sister. Well, actually, you could say I came to ask you for a favor? Louise says it with a smile, but the favor she's asking for is that I look after her sister. As you probably know, my sister takes responsibility very seriously. That's just the kind of person she is. It puts her through quite a lot over the years. But lately she seems less weighed down. And I think that's thanks to you, human god. Now that I think about it, you really are a dangerous man when it comes to women. Is that what they mean when they say heroes end up surrounded by women? Thanks for calling me a hero. You're so smug, but still. Like I said before, I think my sister would be happy if she stays by your side, don't you? She's always carried the weight of becoming an emperor someday. And lately, it seems like that burden's a little lighter. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure that's because of you. So, human god, I have a favor to ask. A favor? When she goes out to help the refugees, go with her. When you're with her, she actually seems at ease. I mean, she's even willing to walk around wearing that ridiculous outfit the swamp elves made. Really? Yeah. The only reason she's wearing that thing is because you're there with her. I mean, seriously, what even is that outfit? Purple tights? What was that inspired by? A giant blueberry or something? Who in the world thought that was a good idea? What kind of mind comes up with something like that? I get that different races have different tastes, but still, my sister is beautiful. How could they do this to her? Louise launches into a full critique of the outfit Kalina, Samarika, and Palikar made. Unable to take anyone's side, I simply listen in silence. To be honest, it doesn't seem like Louise is expecting an answer anyway. If I didn't know Kalina, Samarika, and Palikar, I probably would have gotten the wrong idea. A very wrong idea. Jeez. After chatting like that for quite a while, Louisa finally takes her leave. Before she goes, she asks me once again to look after Maximilia. With her request in mind, and my own concern for Maximilia, I head toward the place where the refugees are gathered. Maximilia says, please do not feel so uneasy. We are all living through a time of change, and I am no exception. Do you see this outfit? I will lead by example and adapt to the changes it represents, so take heart. And from what I can see, what you need most right now is employment. And for that, I will speak with the Rift Bureau and see what arrangements can be made. Human God? Hello, Maximilia. How did you come to be here? Should I tell her that this was Luisa's request? Or make up some other reason? I thought about it for a moment, but then I realized if I came to see Maximilia, does the reason really matter? I came because I wanted to see you. She says, oh my, please do not tease me, human god. If you say such embarrassing things, but it's true though. That is, she says, seeing Maximilia so flustered, stammering, and completely unlike her unusual composed self, somehow is rather adorable. I watch her quietly for a moment. Still, it would be cruel to leave her like that for too long. Shall we go together? Pardon? She asked, helping the refugees. I like to help. She replies, yes, human god. Then let us go together, human god. How many times you gonna say human god? I spend the rest of the day helping the refugees alongside Maximilia. Life is still harsh for the Empire's refugees, yet when they look at Maximilia, they seem to find hope, strength, enough to keep going. Though, there's one small detail that is hard to overlook. Maximilia says, thank you, human god. Having you with me today truly meant a great deal. I barely helped. She says, no, that isn't so. You helped me more than you realize. Word? Simply having you beside me? I never realized how comforting it could be to share one's burdens with another. However, there is one concern I feel I can only confide in you, human god. A concern? Maximilia has always seemed steadfast, someone who carries responsibility without hesitation. Hearing her speak of worry at all makes me wonder. Hearing her speak of worry at all makes me wonder what could be troubling her. Lately, it feels as though the people of the Empire have been avoiding me, Maximilia says. For some reason, they appear uneasy around me, keeping their distance. Whenever I ask if something troubles them, they simply shake their heads and refuse to answer. I'll look into it. Would you, she asked. Thank you. They can't handle the outfit? Knowing you will look into it puts my mind at ease. The hope that I might continue feeling this kind of comfort. Would that be asking too much? On our way back after helping the refugees, Maximilia finally speaks her mind. Seeing the ease in her expression and hearing her speak so openly, I realized Louise was right to ask of me. And yet, even if Louise had never asked, I think I would have enjoyed this time just the same. As that thought crosses my mind, the night quietly deepens. She texts me. She wanted to thank me for being with her today. She wanted to thank me. That's a relief. If I may venture a guess, Louise was likely the one who asked you, wasn't she? Even so, the reason hardly matters. Having you there today put my mind at ease. No, more than that, it lifted a great weight from my heart. Maximilia. Yes, human god. What? If you don't mind, I shall take my leave for now. What? Now it's rather late. Still, seeing you, even at this hour, might not be such a good idea. I feel like there's a typo. There's a couple of things I've been realizing during this experience with Maximilia. I feel like she was supposed to be dropped a very long time ago because of all of the errors I've been seeing in the text. Not just in the story, but also in her description. There's inconsistencies. Like maybe she was rushed, or it's just giving an old school vibe. Even how simple her kit is. Affection level up to level 4 with Maximilia. As you help the Empire's refugees together, Maximilia begins to feel herself growing lighter, freed, if only a little, from the weight of shame, responsibility, and duty. Perhaps because of that, the distance between you and Maximilia has begun to close. And yet, there is still one lingering concern weighing on her mind. And you set out to uncover the truth behind it. Jacuzzi. We might have to dip from this one too. It might be too explicit. Bathing alongside another? I've only heard of it before. It's my first time, she says. I'll leave first. She was naked and sacred. I feel refreshed, human god, both in body and heart. Awesome.
하루의 시작입니다. 명령을.
Luis and Young Chae-young, what's up? Young Chae-young has completed the investigation I requested. It concerns the matter of the Empire's refugees appearing uneasy around Miss Maximilia. Good work. The matter turned out to be fairly simple. It was not anything serious. Nor was there any ill intent behind it. The reason became clear rather quickly. However, the details may be better explained in person. Would now be a convenient time? Yeah. Wait for Young Chae-young's visit. Good afternoon, human god. As mentioned before, I have come to report the results of the investigation regarding Miss Maximilia. Good job. It was not a particularly difficult matter. The reason became clear rather quickly. Oh, really? Young Chae-young says, yes, human god. The refugees from the Empire were not avoiding Miss Maximilia because of resentment or fear. In fact, the reason is quite simple. Were they lusting after her? And it starts with this. Young Chae-young had said the investigation would not be difficult. Now she calmly explains what they discovered. They were attracted to her in that fit. They couldn't deal with seeing her that way. Rift Bureau agents interviewed the refugees to understand why they had been keeping their distance. And the consensus was she was too sexy. You mean the purple tights made the refugees uncomfortable? Precisely. Miss Maximilia is somewhat of a symbol to the refugees of the Empire. Not a sex symbol, though. The Rift Crisis forced them to abandon their homeland, Noctis Nebula. To those people, the Imperial Princess who continues to carry her duties with unwavering resolve represents a powerful presence. However, seeing Miss Maximilia wearing the purple tights, recently gifted by the Swamp Elf Vanguards, was by their account rather shocking. It is not that they dislike or fear her, rather it seems to be a simple case of unfamiliarity. The image they held of her simply did not match what they were seeing. That makes a lot of sense. To be honest, when I first saw the outfit myself, I was briefly taken aback. However, as you already know, Miss Maximilia is a woman with a strong sense of responsibility. She would not simply discard a gift that had been prepared with such care, and so the situation became somewhat awkward. I understand. Young Chae-young continues. Yes, human god. Would you like us to take any further action? If you wish, the Rift Bureau could consider possible measures. For example, we could speak with the refugees. No, it's all good. I'll handle them myself. Young Chae-young says, understood, human god. If I may add, I believe the matter will resolve itself well if you are the one to address it. Should you require anything further, please do not hesitate to call me. She's best girl, perhaps. After Young Chae-young leaves, I take a moment to gather my thoughts. In the end, the reason the Empire's refugees feel awkward around Maximilia is not because of their affection, admiration, and respect for her? Is it not because of their affection, admiration, and respect for her? If that is the case, then she deserves to know. Good afternoon, human god, she says. What brings you to see me at this hour? I thought it might be nice to take a walk together tonight. She says the way you say that carries a certain sweetness. It is a rather pleasant thing to hear. I see you are wearing the Swamp Elf's tights again today. She says, yes, human god. They were made with great care, especially for me. At first they felt quite unfamiliar, uncomfortable even. But the more I wore them, the more I began to grow used to them. They are lighter than armor, of course, but more than that, wearing them made me reflect on myself in ways I had not expected. Maximilia speaks calmly, her expression relaxed and unburdened. Wow. The flustered look she showed before is gone. In a way, I almost miss it. Still, the way she looks now is beautiful in its own way, and I find myself quietly watching her as she speaks. Little by little, I realize just how much everything has changed. The Empire itself may be gone, yet its people remain. And so I ask myself, how can I bring that whole dialogue back right here? The Empire itself may be gone, yet its people remain. And so I ask myself, how should I live now? What responsibilities do I still bear? The future where I would one day become emperor has arrived in a way I never could have imagined. These thoughts come to me. Human god, whenever I wear this outfit, is it not curious? Everything around me has changed, and yet the resolve in my heart remains the same. I reply, there are things that have not changed, Maximilia. She says, You mean? Maximilia speaks as if only responsibility and duty remain in her life. Slowly, I tell her what Young Chae-young discovered. The feelings the people of the Empire still hold for her. Their love, their admiration, their deep respect. Feelings so strong that Maximilia standing before them now feels unfamiliar. They just need a little time. Even that comes from how much they care about you. Is that so? She asks. The heart does not change as quickly as the world does. Maximilia says, I see. I had begun to believe that the people were disappointed in me, that seeing me like this had driven them away. I thought their feelings had changed. But that was not the truth. The one who changed was me. After hearing that truth of their feelings, Maximilia falls silent. I can feel the faint tremor in her as she struggles to steady her heart. And as I watch her like that, the only thing I can do is Piggyback? Yeah, the human god is strong. That's a grown woman right there. She said, human god, you suddenly lifted me up like this. When things feel too heavy to carry, tell me. Human god, there's a saying, if you want to go far, you should go together. When your steps grow tired, I will be there to support you. W. Riz. Maximilia says, human god, and I am certain all the others feel that way too. She says, yes, human god. If it is with you, then yes, I believe I can do that. I promise I will tell you. With Maximilia on my shoulders, I walk through the quiet night. For a while, I become her legs, so her weary feet no longer have to bear the weight. As we walk like that, sharing the warmth between us, I realize something. This road does not belong to just the two of us. In the gentle silence of the night, there are people watching. The warm, reassuring gazes of those from the Empire. Surrounded by those quiet looks of support, Maximilia and I make our way back, together, toward tomorrow, and whatever awaits beyond it. Did you make it back safely, she asked. As for me, I've returned to my quarters. I did. I just got back myself. She says, yes, today was truly pleasant. The view from up there, and the warmth I felt from you, resting against you, all of it. Oh, so she's feeling better now? Yes. But her heart refuses to calm. She's afraid she might not be able to sleep tonight. Then would you like to spend the rest of the night together? She says, very well. To be honest, I was hoping you might say that. I would very much like to spend what remains of this night with you. Then I will come through right now, she said. Come through. Girl, you know we got things to do. Max level affection with Maximilia. By sharing the love and admiration the people hold for Maximilia, you help her understand the truth behind their distant gazes. In that moment, the bond between you deepens, bringing a sense of freedom and relief. In a world that has changed and a life shaped by new circumstances, Maximilia realizes that her future is not defined by duty and responsibility alone. It is also a life she can share with you, one filled with warmth and sweetness. As your feelings continue to grow, the two of you find yourselves leaning on one another, walking forward together. Take me there. She says, I cannot help but question whether a princess who failed to protect her people is worthy of such peace. Damn. Still thinking about her burdens. We had a pleasant time. We can talk here. The sight of Maximilia sitting with her back to me carries a strange sense of ease, almost a quiet indulgence. I had always known her as someone who stood before others, leading them from the front. Seeing her turned away like this feels unfamiliar, and yet strangely comforting. I wonder what thoughts are passing through her mind right now. She asks, why do you look at me so intently, human god? It is a little embarrassing, but I must admit I do not dislike it. Did you know? Your gaze is remarkably warm and reassuring. That's a rather embarrassing thing to hear. She laughs, but it is the truth. She says, when you look at me like that, before I even realize it, I begin to feel as though I could indulge myself a little. Whoa, it is a feeling I have rarely known in my life, she says. Unfamiliar, yet pleasant. A somewhat contradictory sensation. Come to think of it, I've always been someone who walked ahead of others, showing them my back. To uphold my duties and responsibilities, I was always tense, always composed. My shoulders carried a heavy burden. Of course, I'm still showing my back now, but somehow it feels different. So tell me, human god, do you enjoy looking at me from behind? She said, oh, the other response was, mm-hmm. And then she said, I had the feeling you might. I've heard a few things from Luis and the other Vanguards. What? So perhaps someday far in the future, if the opportunity ever arises, with Luis as well? Excuse me? She just said she wanted her sister to join in. But for tonight, please hold me from behind, she asked. Dang. Dang. Let me see what we can do here in this scene. You can pat her on the head. You can rub her back. Huh? Wait, what? Interesting. I think you rub her back. I'm not sure. Okay, once again, I feel like she was prepared a long time ago because her animations, at least here, compared to what we got recently, wait, did I talk too soon? Aren't as polished or as immersive. It's not bad, but it just feels like when you, it feels like a character that came out when the game first released. I wonder if I'm the only person that feels that way. Let's leave. A night such as this lightens the shoulders long weighed down by duty and responsibility. That is so true. That is so true. Some good loving, for sure, for sure.
하루의 시작입니다. 명령을.
Maximilia's return. Maximilia has arrived at the sanctuary to become a Vanguard. First, her abilities must be tested. Is it a fixed squad? Yes, it is. Human God, the test preparations are complete. Through this trial, we should be able to properly assess Miss Maximilia's capabilities. One day after Maximilia's discharge from the hospital. Young Chae-young asks Miss Maximilia, how are you feeling? Has your body recovered? My body is ready. Maximilia says, my condition is fully restored. My condition is fully restored, Neon. No, forgive me. I've recovered fully, Miss Neon. There's no need to suddenly switch to formal speech. Please speak however you are most comfortable. No, that would not be appropriate. I may slip now and then, but you are the Vanguard responsible for overseeing the others. It would not be right for me to address you too casually, Miss Neon. Yun? Yan, like neon? Neon? I appreciate the thought, but truly, there is no need to stand on ceremony. In any case, I came today to discuss your plans after discharge and your formal integration. Sponsorship integration. Maximilia replies, yes, I heard about it from Officer Kim Ga-young. Lorena submitted my resume to the Human God, and the Human God chose to recruit me. That is correct. First, we will conduct a health examination and an ability assessment. After that, you will move into your assigned residence and... Oi, Max. Lorena's yelling. Lorena, what brings you here? Lorena says, oh, so you know how I spotted Maximilia's resume earlier? Well, I might have helped it stand out a little so someone important would notice it. Uh-oh. Young Chae-young asks, was there some sort of impropriety involved? Albeit, we did not agree to interfere with FairyNet matters, after all. Lorena asks, what are you talking about? The Human God loved it. Oh, and remember that thing you asked me to look into, Max? The one about the blind one? Maximilia asks, were you able to uncover anything? Lorena explains, I'm still looking into it, but it might take a while. It might take a while. As you know, the world of Noctis Nebula is basically gone now. Even finding old books of records is no easy task. From what I found so far, something may have happened during the era of the Holy War in Noctis Nebula. There are records suggesting that some of the people who fought in that war made contracts with demons. And I've also heard that the Split Twigs Church seals something related to it. Maximilia says, I see, and it cannot be helped. I mean, if Valletta or Lysandria would just talk, this would be way easier. But those nuns have some kind of vow of silence or whatever, right? So apparently, they can't tell us anything. Why not just have the human god ask them directly? Maximilia explains, it would be possible. However, it would not be right to pressure our companions through the human god. They have not openly revealed themselves as enemies of the human god after all. Maximilia says, in any case, I will attempt to speak with the sisterhood again. Maximilia says, thank you for your efforts, Lorena. Lorena replies, well, it wasn't that much work. Okay, fine, it was a little. So Max, don't forget about that garlic cake earlier. Oh, Yansha Young, I also brought what you asked for. Maximilia's training program. Yansha Young says, it's already prepared? Well, it is me. If Lorena could refrain from chasing money, bragging, avoiding losses, teasing people, and occasionally sneaking resumes where they do not belong, she would truly be an asset to the Bureau. That's way too many things to stop doing. A training program, Maximilia asks? Yansha Young says, I have heard that you received excellent military training in the Empire. However, your weapon systems and tactical doctrines are quite different from those of our world. For that reason, we have prepared a separate training program. Maximilia says, in that case, I cannot very well refuse. Understood. Once the necessary procedures are complete, please proceed there immediately. The location is? Lorena says, no worries. As part of the garlic cake service, yours truly will personally guide Max there. Yansha Young says, is that so? Very well, I will leave it to you, Lorena. Miss Maximilia, I will see you shortly. I will see you shortly with Shelley by the seashore who sells seashells.
모두 진영대로.
Just gonna win this fight. If I could go behind you, I would.
걱정 마라. 사수할 것이니.
Responsive fire mode activated. They're all gonna do it.
명을 내리소서.
Oh. I really want to get behind him. We're tanking it. Oh, watch out. I came over here to avoid getting targeted by more than two. Did not work out well. That's a lot of damage now. Damn.
신명을.
If only I could get behind all of you. There we go.
걱정 마라. 사수할 것이니.
And then there was one.
싫어. 명을 내리소서.
GG.
모두 승전가를 불러라.
Oh, you're supposed to do that in 3 rounds? Yansha Young's asking how was the program. Maximilia says, I noticed it before, but your methods of combat are indeed quite different from ours. It was a valuable experience. Thank you. Not at all. If anything, we should be thanking you for adapting so quickly. The next program is a very light assignment, a routine patrol mission. The location is near the ruins outside Wanju in Gangwon province. A considerable number of refugees from Noctis Nebula reside in that area. Please take the flight officer Kim Ga-young has arranged and confirm whether any abomination-related incidents have occurred. Rest assured, if it concerns my people, I will see it handled properly. Yan Chae-young says, understood. I will forward the operation plan shortly. Finn? That was it? I have to run that back. In 3 rounds? I don't need to go for that strategy that I did last time. I need to attack them all and don't worry about taking damage. With using as little AP as possible. Is that all 4 of them? That's all 4 of them. Okay, we're on round 2. Oh, if I could get them all again? What's the angle? It's only the red part, right? So the angle would be some like... I think you can get 4 now that they're so far apart. Go with these 3. Dang, we're supposed to finish it this round. It's not quite it. Hopefully, if I got close enough to this one and it attacked me, I can do a counter attack. Because this one's going to survive, it looks like. Finesse it. GG.
가이더스 베르크가 재건되는 그날까지